To support this podcast, go to positivesarcasm.com/donate. Any amount is appreciated. Once again, positivesarcasm.com/donate. Thank you and enjoy the program. We are back. Jay here, positivesarcasm.com, recorded here in the Spare Parts Studio alongside New Hampshire's beautiful seacoast. Like, subscribe, share, donate. Positivesarcasm.com/donate. Any amounts appreciated. Check out my new article, Word Soup. Lately I've been sitting on these little blogs of mine for at least like 6 months. Like, they just sit there and they simmer for 6 months. I just write this stuff down. I think it's stupid. I walk away with it and I go look back at it later. I go, actually, that's not too bad. This is a perfect time to release it. So go ahead, check out the article archive. Word Soup is available. It is a wacky one. I channel my inner Carlin-esque with a dash of Rachel Maddow wardrobe. I don't know why. It's just like, yep, this seems like a good idea. I'm going to wear a Calvin Klein sport jacket with nothing underneath it. And there you go. There's my new article. It's out. We're still doing it. We're still here. I got a little bit to talk about. I'm gonna run out of gas pretty quickly, but I got a couple things simmering here. But go ahead and check out Word Soup. It's available on YouTube, on Rumble, on Substack, on my website, audio, video, and of course written. Hopefully, I'm not gonna start coughing again. Jesus Christ! But available. Word Soup, positivesarcasm.com, and anywhere I feel like posting. Let's get rid of that. Bye bye. All right, that's Word Soup. Where have I been? Besides Word Soup, where have I been? I kind of disappeared in the early December. Well, all right, I'll be honest with you. And nothing bad. I'm gonna let you know right off the bat. I'm still in the same recording studio that I was when we ended things in December. Financially, things have obviously continued to for me. They've improved dramatically, steadily, every single week. Things have gotten better. I am still a taken man, per se. I am still happily engaged. I am still planning to go move back to the other side of the highway, closer to officially on New Hampshire's beautiful seacoast. I'm on the northern end. I plan on moving back to the actual southern portion. So that is the plan. Like, that is the plan. And it's going to fucking happen. I'm telling you that much. But in December, I tried recording in the middle week of December, and I have had some trouble trying to stay awake during podcasts because I am a guy I wake up at 5 o'clock in the morning, and obviously I told you about my routine. By the time I get home and start to recording, I'm tired. And it's tough to... where I used to sit down and drink like a whole carafe, like 32 ounces of coffee to rev up for this podcast. And I can't do that. It's just a different vibe in a different area. And I'm in a more, like, this isn't the same Spare Parts studio I used to have. The original Spare Parts studio was a beautiful, beautiful piece of art. And I was broke as shit when I had that studio. But man, that was something. And I saved up all of my energy for that one moment where I could just fucking take off and put all of my angry and ridiculous and stupid thoughts on paper or on recording and just go for it. And then it turned into twice a week, and I managed to pull that off, and I was never falling asleep. Now it's like, and I'm done. I'm fucking toast. And when I recorded in the sandbox, I was good. When I recorded in the undisclosed location, I was good. But it's been tough here. It's been tough. I'm cramped up. I want to get out of here. I'm done. Like this, I got a few months left in this fucking shithole of a town, and I am gone. I'm getting out of here as soon as possible, and I am lighting the bridge on fire so I make sure I can never come back here. But but shortly after fall, I'll backtrack. I'm going to backtrack a little bit and then go forward to where, this is me. You're probably wondering how I got here to begin with. Well, let's go back in time and figure out what happened to make me get in this situation. So, and basically, we have a situation where I was recording. I got really, really tired, and the episode was unairable, which does happen. So I decided I couldn't post it because I literally just I couldn't piece this together. I was exhausted. It was another exhausted podcast. I go, this is dog shit, and I ditched it. 1 week later, I was sick. The week after that, I was sick again. And by that time, it was the holidays. And generally, every year, I take a little bit of a break from just before Christmas to like the first or second week of January. I did it last year, but last year was an absolute fucking mess of a life I had right now. I mean, financially I was fine, but just emotionally it was like shit. But this year I was just sick. I was sick, I was coughing, I wasn't feeling well. I was just not able to sit here, and I was just tired. And I'm like, all right, I need to take an extended break and figure out how I'm going to come back. How are we going to improve here and get back to some of the roots that I had when I first started this pile of shit? All right, let's focus on the most important factor, getting healthy. All right, I am part of a much larger gym, a much more prestigious gym, a much more awesome gym. Last year I started at 9 Round. That's where I met my fiance. And I'm going for there. Now I'm part of a much bigger gym, a more strength training type of gym. And that has helped me get a lot of my strength back, a lot of my energy back. But that obviously, the commute right now from where I am to where I go and how I get back, that it's set up for the future. It's not set up for the now. This is an investment in my future daily commute of things, like taking Chase to the park and obviously making money. And then, of course, living by the seacoast and then having a gym right by the seacoast in a very nice area where I'm not going to worry about my cars getting broken into and shit like that. So that commute is costing me a little bit of extra time to make sure I can get back here, and blah, blah, blah. And these are little things that I'm doing is I'm strategically setting up my chess pieces so that when I do make the jump, I'm going to be like, this is it. This is an unbeatable fortress of defense as far as my setup of this is what I do every day. So I'm making that stretch now so I can benefit later. I'm investing in my location situation when I make the jump in around April, May, June. So that's what's going on there. But getting back is tiring. So it's like, okay, well, and it's funny is this place I'm at now. It's like, I've got my car. I paid for it in cash. It's a nice little SUV, and then I've got my Mustang. It's like, all right, these motherfuckers are rolling up in Lambo Spiders and G-Wagons and Range Rovers and TRXs, and I'm like so out of my realm with these motherfuckers. Everybody's got a Merc or a Beamer or a fucking Tesla. Everybody's got these high value cars, and I'm just rolling up in a $6,000 third row SUV, but it's like, hey man, this is what I do to be able to afford to do these other things. But I mean, I don't feel out of place. I'm in there. I'm lifting weights. I look better than a lot of these other motherfuckers that rolled in there. It's fine. I just threw that in there because this is a gym where it's in a town that's got really high taxes, and it's very prestigious. And it's an odd spot, but as far as where I'm like, oh, this gym is in one of the most, okay, well, it's fine, whatever. I still go there. I'm still part of it. I still look all right. It's fine. I don't know. I just kind of threw that in just to be like, this is part of the conversation I'm having with myself. So I go there. It's in this region where I'm setting up for future commutes will be much easier for me. But for now, racking up a little bit of miles just so I can go there. But by the time I get back, it's like, it's nighttime. I got other shit to do. I got to get my clothes and set up my bag again for tomorrow, make dinner, make Chase dinner, set up food, prep. Obviously, I'm a taken man, so I got to attend to those things. And then sleep, rest. Rest has been difficult. But thankfully, I found that, that 2 milligram edible mixed with chamomile tea seems to really do the trick to kind of actually, for the most part, put me to sleep and keep me asleep. That's the thing. And that will keep me healthy. And getting sick did fucking suck. Not gonna lie. Getting sick did suck. Now, was it brutal? No. I mean, to be honest with you, I handled it better than a lot of other people did, as I normally do. But no pity party for me. That's short-winded. I had one day where I really just had to lay the fuck down. I mean, I was worried I was going to like miss Christmas with a little bit of family or something. Didn't happen. Woke up the next day around 7 a.m. By 9:30, I was calmly out the door, and I was around family, and I started to slowly build my way back to health. I've been back to the gym for about a week and a half, 2 weeks now. And then by the time mid-February, March rolls around, I'll start cutting back on my weight. But for now, I'm going to keep trying to pack on as much as I can for the next month or two to see where I land. So I'm better. I'm better now. I am better. But the thing is like, all right, I'm healthy now. I'm getting the sleep I have now. Right, what's the next step? Okay, well, I got to figure out how I need energy for this for airing. I can't have this low level where I'm yawning and shit during podcasts. It's not acceptable. I got to let you know that I'm in this. That I'm not bored. I'm tired, but I'm not bored. I'm frustrated with that. So how do I fix that? How do I fix that? Simple. All right? It's like, okay, how do everything costs money. Obviously, like if I need supplements to be for this. So I have gym supplements. I have daytime supplements. I have nighttime supplements. But do I have podcast supplements? And I've experimented with before. I've experimented with, things like Magic Mind and things like that, and Mushroom Complex. But I'm like, I need to invest a little bit of pocket of money just specifically because for this podcast. What do I take? What makes me less stupid? So I decided I'm going to go back to a little bit of some mushroom complexes are cheaper, like lion's mane and reishi and cordyceps. That's inexpensive. What do I have for the podcast? Because I'm not going to sit here and fucking pound coffee. That's not working. That's not working. If anything, I can pound 32 ounces of coffee and then go to bed. So that doesn't work. I'm not doing that. So what do I do? All right, well, simple. I got some Force Factor or some Alpha Brain, and I'm going to pair that with basically some of these fucking, like these little 5-hour energy things. But I'm not going to have these, like, every day. I'm going to have them strictly for what I'm doing right now. So we're going to have brain pills, and we're going to have some 5-hour energy, those types of stuff, just for this podcast. So have it once or twice a week, just when I'm sitting here doing this. And that should give me the energy to bang out at least 30 to 45 minutes worth of podcast stuff. At least let my brain charge up to enough to the point where I can fucking bring something and come up with some ideas and write shit down and have a timeline, have an in, an up, and an out for these episodes. And then have some tea to coat my throat so I'm not here going, shit like that. So that is what I'm going to do to fix the now. For the later, it's get the fuck out of this. Get out of here. This little studio I got here. This is not what it's supposed to. This is not the end. This is not what it's supposed to end up being. I want something like what I used to have. I want that space where I'm not just... what you see is kind of a house of cards here. There's not a lot of space. And I want something bigger, like I used to have. And I'm gonna fucking get it. I'm getting it. I'm one of those people, when I want something, I'm going to get it. But I'm not gonna jeopardize my relationship, my health and wellness to get it. I'm gonna do this correctly. And I have a timeline for it. It may come in two parts. It may come with getting a little spot to set up shop, and then from there expand into something bigger within 1 to 2 years, which would be a more permanent setting. But for now, we're sitting in this setting, and it's definitely crimping my style, but I've got a countdown in my head. Well, not in my head, on paper. Like, this is leaving. This is ending. This form of the podcast is ending in around May. And there'll be a brief hiatus, but at least hopefully this time, the hiatus won't be part 2 of the event horizon. It'll actually be like, hey, we're back. Everything's cool. I'm still good. I'm not a crying little bitch. Let's fucking get after it. And there'll be a bigger space for me to be more creative and put more content and more stuff out there and more merch and really rebuild this castle to where it once was. So the fixes are, it's like, let's bring some more energy. Let's have a focus. Let's get this done. Let's have some supplementation to drive me through this. And let's finish strong for the next few months to where we get to the next spot, set things up where I'm not staring at stuff that doesn't need to be in this room, and have a plan of attack that at least keeps this little ship afloat. That's my goal. Get some new computers online that are focused solely on this, because I have a couple computers, like I have maybe a couple laptops, 2 laptops that can truly run this podcast. But I got 2 to 3 desktops that could dominate this podcast. Absolutely. So that shit needs to get set up. And I would love, but the thing is, I need a laptop, so if I'm on location somewhere, I can set that fucker up and not have the battery die in 10 minutes. I need something like that. I don't have that yet, but I will work on that. I mean, can I afford to do it? Of course I can. But that's going to take time. Everything in little increments. This is still a spare parts studio. I still can tell you how to do things and get things for little to no money. That is something I need to refocus on a little bit. But we're heading in the right direction. It's just I need to be patient, as I've always been, but with a focused determination of, no, not whatever will be, will be. It's, no, this is going to happen, because I've always told you that you can make shit happen if you just focus on it and you stay disciplined to it. It's easily doable. People fuck up because they kind of meander, or, oh, I'll get to it tomorrow. It's like, no, you need to get to it now. You need to invest now. You need to work out now. You need to think now. You need to act now. So my fixes are going into effect, and I'm going to make sure that I am all set up to make the jump in May with as little pain as possible. And I'm still having a good time. Like, I've got some comedy shows. I'm going to see Chris D'Elia in I think May. I'm going to see Dr. Phil, Adam Ray's Dr. Phil. In March, when Electric Callboy comes around, I'm going to go see them. I'm going to I'm going on a little mini brocation for my buddy's wedding coming up in like February. I got some other cool shit I'm working on, and I'd like to have more content out there. And, obviously when things start to settle down, I got a kind of a little bit of a wedding to plan for. One of those things. So those things, what I should do is like maybe I don't know if it's the goodest idea, but maybe starting like my own supplement, my own brain supplement. I don't know what I'd call it. I don't know what I'd put in it. Would it be like a mix between pre-workout and brain, brain intelligent pills type things? And what would I call it? Like, Instasmart, Unstupid. Oh, Revtard. There we go. Because, reverse retarded. Revtard. Get Revtarded. That would be my supplement name. I'm sure there'd be some pushback on it, but you know what? Revtard can push back. That's my jam right there. Revtarded. A positive sarcasm supplement. That shit would get pulled off the shelves so fucking quick. My God, man. Anybody you guys investing in the stock market? Don't worry, that shit's gonna switch around. It's just a minor correction. I'd buy now if you haven't already. Man, my money never drops when I want it to. If it was like 2 days earlier, man, I'd be so doubled in on some of these AI stocks. I'm already in some of these AI stocks, like UPath and SoundHound and things like that. I'm just gonna keep dumping into them. I'm fucking so in. I think by the end of this year, dude, there's going to be so much profit. But honestly, I'm using most of this for down payment on a house and some of it for retirement and things like that. I have 2 retirement accounts going too. I have a 401k, I have a Roth IRA. I'm going to be, oh shit, that's what I need to do. I got to do that. I should probably send an email later. I want to be more aggressive by that because I think by the time I'm in my 50s, I actually want to start really thinking about retirement. Like, just really being like, and when you say retirement, what the fuck is retirement? It's like that whole Margaritaville mentality. What the fuck is that? When am I going to sit and watch CBS News? Sit there and fucking, jumble the paper open, sit on my fat fucking ass while I go and get another booster shot? Get out of here. Fuck that noise. What is the next challenge going to be? Because I remember with my father when obviously, but when he retired, he just like thought he was gonna ride off into the sunset, and he didn't. He rode off into the sunset, got cancer, and died because he put on so much weight and wasn't taking care of himself. I'm not gonna be like that. I love the guy, obviously, but that was the one thing nobody taught him how to do was what do you do after you're done? Well, you restart. You start anew. It's not like you just sit and maybe do some wood crafting or I don't know. You don't sit on your ass and watch old westerns. That's not the right. No, that's not how it is. That's not how it should be. You have to. Your new adventure awaits, and you need to figure that out. There's obviously you have more free time, but you have the power of choice. You have the power of choice to be like, I'm not going to sit on my fat ass all day. I'm going to do something. You got to do something now, and you got to figure out what you're doing later. That's the thing. It's if you keep your brain busy with productive building blocks for your brain, you're going to stay active, you're going to stay smart, you're going to stay healthier. The minute you stop, you die. You have to swim. You got to keep swimming like a shark. You got to keep moving. It's not like you got to, chew on somebody else's dreams, but you got to swim through the water because otherwise you're just going to drown. You're going to get fat. You're going to get hurt, and you're going to not fade off into the sunset. You're just going to die. You're just going to die. You can't do that. I am the same way. Now, I'm not going to be some workaholic psycho fucking maniac. I know where that's led in my life sometimes, but ultimately, like, there has to be that proper balance where what am I going to do when I look at that and I look at my bank accounts and go, okay, that's cool. All right. What's okay. You know, when it's time, it's like, what's the next step? And I am enjoying a lot of the things that I'm doing, and I'm still working on my anger a little bit, or ultimately not so much my anger, but the stability, my ability to keep my drive focused to the point where I'm not throwing shit across the room or letting myself unravel. But I am still aggressive with making sure that I have my shit together because people fucking rely on me. They do. In reality, people rely on me. And I have to make sure that I am there for them and that I am stable. And then I show up with at least some type of a plan. And you could be that type of person too. It takes a little while to figure that shit out. But when you do, you're not a person who turns tragedy into hell. You are a person who can be relied on for things that are worth being relied upon. And people have talked about you could fire your friends, you could fire your family. You can at least, if people are dragging you down and that are friends, coworkers, family, guess what? You can fire portions of all three. If they are really just shit individuals. There's shit individuals in your workplace, shit individuals that are supposedly your friends or in your life circle, and shit individuals in your family. And if they just suck, if they just flat out suck and they just drag you down, guess what? Scissors. Out. You cut them out of your life and you move forward because your life, ultimately, nobody else is paying your fucking bills. Nobody else is putting food on your plate. Nobody else is taking care of your dog. And openly, nobody else is going to plan your future but you. So you're the one who has to make sure that nobody is essentially a fucking drag on the acceleration in your life. And if they are, you need to let them know, hey, stop dragging me down or you ain't going to be in my life at all. You're not encouraging, you're holding me back. So that being said, what did we cover today? Oh, before we get to Q&A,
these Cali fires, man.
What the fuck? What do I have to say about this? Let's see. California, with the exception of maybe Florida, this is a state with the largest oceanfront property. Some of their most expensive areas, real estate areas, are engulfed in flames right now. Whether it's due to foliage on the ground that has not been cleaned up, whether it's homeless people lighting fucking fires, whatever it is, the ability for them not to be able to clean this shit up, regardless of the Santa Ana winds, it's on them. That state chose avocados and almonds over desalinization plants and filling their reservoirs full of water. They chose that. Whether it was the residents pay the most taxes in the country. Now, here's the thing. People say that capitalism doesn't build fire departments, but apparently this socialized setup does not, at least in California, that doesn't pay for firefighters either. That doesn't pay for fire departments either. You just get fucking rainbow sprinklers with nothing coming out of them. But like I said, yeah, they chose almonds and avocados over the ability to put out a fire. And there are, once again, entire communities turned to ash. And there's a whole fucking ocean right there. And they yet still can't figure out how to use that ocean to fill the reservoirs and put out these fires. And you know what's funny is when it comes to building permits in California, or when it comes to building permits, California is one of the worst in the country. Trying to get shit built there. It's funny because these motherfuckers who voted for these people, these fire chiefs, these mayors, these governors, lieutenant governors, all these city officials. These are the people you voted for. They're the ones who let you down. They're the ones who didn't fill your reservoirs, the ones who can't carry your husband out of a fire, who voted against the desalinization plants, who didn't clean up the foliage that prompted these fires to accelerate, these homeless people that are seen on camera starting fires. You voted to allow for all of that. Okay? You voted for these officials. They allowed this. You knew this. You voted for it. And you are the celebrities, the super rich. Your fucking places, your homes, your multi-million-dollar Malibu, Palisades, Brentwood estates are gone. Gone. Ashes. So, what do you think's going to happen? What's going to happen when all these multi-million-dollar real estates or multi-million-dollar pieces of property, just land now? How hard is it going to be? How long is it going to take? And how much money is it going to cost to get permits for I don't know, Rihanna to have her fucking house in Malibu rebuilt? And if it takes forever, what do you think these ultra super rich, ultra wealthy, ultra influential celebrities are going to do when they say, no, you can't have your place back or you got to buy another one? Are they going to continue to be like, well, are they going to make a stink about it? Or are they just going to quiver under the woke guidelines saying like, you motherfucker, well, hey, maybe my house did deserve to burn down. No, these people don't think like that. When you lose your multi-million-dollar piece of real estate and all of a sudden State Farm isn't going to cover it because apparently if it was considered arson, that's not covered under the fire insurance, which apparently was dropped a couple months prior to this whole thing going down. It's a fucking mess that California is 100% responsible for allowing it to happen, not once, but multiple times before. Remember, this, I think, happened last year and I think the year before that, and you had a your warning shots were fired prior to this year, and you did nothing about it. You did nothing about it. All you've got to show for it is rainbow-colored fire hydrants with no water in them. And Communities burnt to the ground. It's so bad that Canada and Mexico are sending fire trucks and contractors and airboats and seaplanes or whatever to go and help put out these fires. So we are, you know what's funny? During the fucking, like the flooding and shit and the hurricane in like Florida, like FEMA or something, there was a press release put out or some notation saying like anybody with Trump signs on their front lawn, don't go and help them or help them last. And great. And yet, when California is getting burnt to the fucking ground, at least in the Los Angeles area, Los Angeles County, at least when they're getting burnt to the ground, doesn't matter. Everybody's going to help them. Different countries are going to help them. Okay, so it's not like, well, fuck you, you did it to us, so we're going to do it to you. You let us basically, during the hurricanes in Florida, you did nothing. You were going to, FEMA literally was going to not help us. But yet, when your shit burns down, we don't care who you voted for. We don't care what you think or what your affiliation or orientation is. We're coming to help you. We're coming to rescue your dogs and give you food and clothes and shelter and all that stuff. We don't care. As a matter of fact, we're going to help with other countries deploy support to get you out of this mess that you created. So this is 100% California's fault. No questions asked. Climate change, a little bit to do with it. You had plenty of time to be proactive about all of this. And a whole ocean right there to help you do it. So this is 100% on the governor, lieutenant governor, the mayor, the fucking city council, the fire chief, all of them. That's 100% the brass of California let the people down. And there are people who are dead because of these stupid, incompetent, woke, corrupt motherfuckers. There's people who are dead because of them. And you voted for these people. I wonder if you're going to do that again. Are you going to make that same mistake? I would hope you didn't. Okay? I would hope that you don't. I'd hope you think maybe this is the time now that you're going to turn things around and you're going to be like, you know what? Probably a bad idea that we let these people kind of get into our lives and tax the shit out of us and basically not allow us to build shit for years until all the permits clear that cost us thousands of dollars. And, blah blah blah. Maybe this time we'll put the reservoirs over the almonds and the avocados. So the next time a fire breaks out and cleaning up the foliage and cleaning up the homeless people that are starting the fucking fires, that's on video. Maybe the next go around, we'll actually fix the problem, or we'll be able to do that. So hopefully you figure this might have been the pivotal moment, because the next time it's gotten progressively worse, and it's not due to climate change because you just won't fix your fucking shit. The next time, there could be, obviously, I think, my opinion, from what I've seen, progressively worse. Another bad wind, as a firefighter told Joe Rogan, basically, the wrong wind goes the other way, takes out all of Los Angeles. Whatever's dry, it'll burn. That's how that works. But ultimately, in my opinion, it's not my problem, man. I'm here to help solve individuals' problems who are capable of doing so. And if you are a resident of California and you have yet to be affected by everything that's going on there to the point where you can leave, you should leave. 100%. Get the fuck out. You don't want to deal with that shit anymore. At all. Why would you? Why should you? Be like, I can't leave. I got this, that. Nah. Get out. Just get out. It'll be tough for you for a little while, a couple months, couple of years, changing jobs or whatever, but what are you staying for? Ask yourself truly, what are you staying for? You thinking shit is going to turn around? It might, but at the end of the day, it's going to take a village. It's going to take a whole village to get all these people out and make that state habitable, tolerable, visitable. Because a couple times I visited, it was a shithole. Literally, it was a hole where homeless people shit in. That's what that was. That's what I saw. That's what I literally saw. It was gross. Worst fucking thing I've seen in a while. I think that's gonna be it for this week. Like I wanted to get back on the map, tell you guys what was going on, tell you what the plan was, tell you what I'm doing to fix shit, tell you that I'm healthy. Everything is okay. Everything is okay. We got a good start to the new year. I got a blog out, which is fucking awesome. Go ahead and check out Word Soup. I have energy here. I'm feeling pumped. The only thing, so I'm gonna quit while I'm ahead for this week. I got 35 minutes out of it, which is not too bad. And next week we'll probably come back, do some Q&A, see where things lead off to, and ultimately, I'm not afraid to say shit. I'm not. I'm smart enough to know that if there's stuff that needs fixing, I'm going to say how you could possibly fix it. This is a good year for people who want to get shit done. And you could have said that about last year, but last year was an odd one for me. But now I can tell you for a fact, this is a good year to get shit done. We decided we had enough. We wanted to solve some fucking problems in this country and in our own lives. And this is the year to do it. To me, if you want to invest, take care of yourself financially, physically, emotionally, spiritually, this is the year to do it. Do not waste time. Start a list, write everything down, be like, I'm going to tackle 7 things this week, 1 a day, and you're going to smash through it. Start an investing account. Start a retirement account. Go get a gym membership. Start doing your walks in the morning. Wake up a little bit earlier. Write your daily notes down. Start a little side business for yourself. Figure out what your arts and crafts are. Maybe start a podcast or maybe start a blog and just explore what is possible with the amount of time that you have available to yourself during the day. If you have kids, figure out how you're going to spend a little time with them. If you got a girlfriend or a wife or a boyfriend, figure out how you can make them come more than once. Thinking how you can make them fucking smile more than twice a day. Figure out something, how to make your food taste better, last longer, get it cheaper, grow it. Figure out what's ailing you that you can't sleep at night so you can figure that. All these little things that are eroding your ability to exist on a responsible level. Figure out what is happening that's eroding you and try to make it better. There's a lot of resources out there for you to make. I have a list of them. I throw them down below. If you need counseling, if you need herbal supplementation, or whatever, or better nutrition guidelines or something, there is something. If you actually want to fix yourself, it's totally doable. Anybody who's had a shitty childhood but yet had a glimpse of what could be through other family or other friends, they know they have a way out. They know that life can be better. And if you know that life can be better and you want it to be better, it can be glorious. And I think this is going to be a glorious year for myself, the people around me who are trying, and for you who are listening. So I want to commend you to making it to 2025, and fuck the noise. This is the year of fuck the noise. Get work done. It's going to be a good year. I'm healthy. Chase Michael is healthy. Let's get shit going. I want to thank you guys for listening, watching, subscribing. I'm all over the fucking place. Rumble, YouTube, my own website, Substack. Anywhere where podcasts are available, audio format, Spotify, iHeartRadio, TuneIn, Podcast Addict. You can download and stream it directly from my website. Check out all my old shit, the happy shit, the sad shit. Check out all that shit. You want to know my daily routine? I'll let you know my daily routine. If you want to know what supplements I'm taking week in, week out, I'll let you know what I'm doing. If you want to know how I'm saving money on food, grocery, supplementation, I'll let you know. But I'm investing in me. I'm investing in me and the people around me. And I want to thank you guys who helped me get through last year. And I hope that nothing but good things happen to you this year. So let's get it done. Thank you guys for listening, watching, and subscribing. And we'll be back next week with a fresh episode. Recorded here from the Spare Parts Studio for entertainment purposes only inside New Hampshire's beautiful seacoast. And Maine. Maine's nice too. Fuck Massachusetts. This has been a Positive Sarcasm presentation.